Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step, where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, Theodore. And I'm with the hottest battler in the UK and admin of the Battlespares English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki. So yeah, Ayumu, how are you doing today?
Tired.
Exactly. That's what I expect from you. I expect nothing less from you.
Well, no, it's just because recently I've realized that I may be able to make it to a pro tour, which for those who don't know, is just basically another tournament for the Battlespace Saga in the US. So, so after my friend knew that, he tried to make me to practice with him. So, but because he's from the US, so the practice time is night time for me, and just last night, we finished at 3 a.m. on my side.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, actually, no. Yesterday was fun though, cause I was meeting up with my high school besties. We haven't met for we haven't met for 2 years or something. It's not that long, but when you're been friends for 7 years, it's actually pretty long. And then we met up to and then have some food, have some dinner. One of us, I'm just calling him A. A said that you know what, F this stuff. I'm gonna treat both of you to dinner. You can choose whatever you want. And he literally meant whatever you want. And then my other friend, I'm just calling him B. B was like, oh, actually, I want to have a buffet. And it's not I don't know how to say that, because I'm not I don't think we had these in outside of Asia, but we know the buffet that's it's not like you go out and get the food. It's more like you at the table, and then you can order as many as you want. Yeah, so that you pay the entry fee, but then you can order as many food as you want, and it's like a Japanese/Korean style of eating out. And we went to one with Japanese style, so it was all sashimi, sushi, that kind of stuff. And then it cost more than 300 Hong Kong dollars for each of us, including service charge. And at the end, my friend paid for 1,100 Hong Kong dollars.
Okay.
That's around 110 euros.
That's really not bad.
It's not bad, but it's one person paying for 110 euros. That is a lot, actually. And then at the end, it's so funny because my other two friends, they kind of slightly regretted it. The food wasn't bad; it was actually really good. But then they were like, "Oh, I think we could have had something better with the same price." And then A was like, "You're right. With that money, I could literally treat you to S rank steak with maybe a high class red wine."
Yeah, fair enough.
But I think the best part that night was that actually no, after that, friend B wanted to go to IKEA, and that's gonna be we're gonna be branching off. Do you pronounce it as IKEA or IKEA?
IKEA.
I pronounce it IKEA. And I think my friends actually call it IKEA. I actually don't know which is the correct one. Some Swedish out there gonna help me with that. And then okay, let's say IKEA then. But
I'm Indonesian, so I say IKEA.
So we went to IKEA, and then so because friend B wanna buy one of those, I think you call Bojack or something like that. The shark plushie.
Oh. God damn it! I after I bought it, it's the IKEA shark name. It's Blahaj. Blahaj. So it's pronounced Bluhai. Blahaj.
Blotch.
Blahaj.
Yeah. So it's so funny. Yeah, but Oh, and I didn't know it has different sizes. Because
Mm-mm.
like there's like a big one and a small one.
Yeah,
And then I was actually so tempted to buy one as well.
I
Because
know, right?
like if it's the same price, I
Mm-mm.
wouldn't be want to buy it. But like it's actually cheaper than buying in the UK.
Mm-mm. Oh.
And like not to mention I will have to travel
Mm-mm.
to my local IKEA if I
Mm-mm.
want to buy one.
Yeah.
If I'm in the UK, like if it's in Hong Kong, I can literally walk to my next door IKEA and let's get one. But
Yeah, I guess.
so-
Yeah.
yeah, so I was very tempted to get one, and my friend B was like, "Come on, get one, get
Mm-mm.
one. You know you want one. Do it, just do it." But no, at the end, only he got it, and then like yeah, and then like we were asking, so how are you gonna name it? And then my friend B was like, I don't know yet. And then friend B was like, how about naming it Tim? It's just a fake name, but like he's actually referring to my little brother
Mm-mm.
because friend B actually hates my little brother a lot.
Oh my god.
Well, not like in like the bad way. It's more like because we used to stay under the same roof
Mm-mm.
during the holidays in
Ah.
high school. So like my little brother was just being a brat as it is.
Mm-mm.
Just like being very annoying and everything like that.
Mm-mm.
so
Ah, I see.
so like friend A was like, how about name it Tim? And then like friend B was like, no, fuck you. And the friend A is like, so right now, do you wanna still shoot Tim in the head? And then friend B was like, yes. Oh, but like the best part is that like we just like start talking about Tim because like
Mm-mm.
because like Tim, like my little brother, he's just like very chill right now basically.
Mm-mm.
And he's probably smarter than the three of us as well actually. And then so like we're just talking about like how like I just casually mentioned, oh yeah, talk about Tim. Do you know what he's studying right now? And then my friend was like, he's studying maths, right? Well, he's just finished first year in university,
Mm-mm.
and I said, yeah, well, he's doing major maths,
Mm-mm.
and then he's also doing computer science in minor.
Mm-mm.
He's also tutoring others in maths,
Mm-mm.
and then right now in Hong Kong, he's also working part time at a cafe. And then
Ooh.
my friends were like, what the fuck? and and then like, immediately the three of us are just like so depressed, like, oh,
What are we doing with our lives?
what have we been with our lives? What have we done at all?
I know, right? Damn.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I'm a
happens, but
computer science major and I'm not doing like even that a ton of what your brother is doing. No, what am I doing with my life? I need to find a
but
real job soon.
but
I need to fight this imposter syndrome. Like, I think I had like this chat with my dad the other day as well. Like, it's the depressing part about being a software engineer is like with other career. I think like most of your career path is like one way. So I mean like it's vertical, right? So basically to be a big to be a bad there's an oversimplification. I am never educated in medical field, so like but I mean like just to oversimplify, to be a better doctor, uh you learn more difficult stuff, right? Basically, like if you want to
yeah,
oversimplify it. But to be
yeah,
a better programmer, like usually the hard part is you will probably start somewhere in the middle, and then now you don't know whether you need to expand it upwards so you learn more complicated stuff, or you need to uh upgrade to the side so you need to learn other stuff, probably a side of business, economy, marketing, blah blah, or you need to learn the new stuff, blah blah, or you need to go down and see like realize that your basic sucks, that's why you never improve, and then like okay, so I need to improve 4 ways, so it's like where do I start? Yeah. And then yeah, I mean like Well, I don't know. I mean, like, it's software engineering. Like, the more mediocre you are, the more spread thin you need to be. Like, okay, you are maybe not as good in making programs as other people, but can you communicate it better? Like, there's a part like that as well. So it's like, yeah. Ooh.
But
uh,
yeah, but
let's
then
stop there. Let's stop there.
let's move on. Let's
Let's stop
move
there.
on. Yeah, after that,
Yeah.
we went. We actually like we were planning to watch a movie.
Uh-uh.
That's why we met up together. So we watched Oppenheimer.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
actually, the three of us were discussing like the day before. It's like, oh, I want to watch a movie. Like friendly said, I want to watch a movie together, and then I just want to be silly. So Barbie, and I was like, really? and
But
and
I
Femby was
guess.
like, if you're wearing a pink suit, I'll wear one.
Mm-mm.
and then friend A is like, come on, Ayumu, let's watch Barbie. It's
Mm-mm.
like, fine, whatever, do whatever you
Mm-mm.
want. but then the next day, like, cause like we haven't decided what to eat yet until we met up.
Mm-mm.
And then like friend B said, I wanna eat a buffet. And the
Mm-mm.
friend is then we don't have much time for we won't have time for Barbie then.
Mm-mm.
And then I said, well, I mean, we can just watch Oppenheimer then. And they was like, yeah, sure, okay, we'll do that. And so like, and so
Uh,
we ended up watching Oppenheimer instead. And oh my god, none of us regretted that. Like that was one of the best movies I've ever seen
mm-mm.
in my life. Like it's one of those movies that like when you were watching it, you already thought that I like when I was watching it, I already thought that I need to watch this again.
Mm-mm.
It's like I think it was that good,
Mm-mm.
and it's just like the way they build up the tension,
Mm-mm.
cause like you know like do you know roughly what it's about?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's basically Pearl Harbor, but from another point of view. If we want to oversimplify it, but probably people who are not born in the 90s will probably also not be familiar with what Pearl Harbor is, but yeah.
Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not even about. It's not even about Pearl Harbor.
No. I
God
mean, like,
damn
it's
it!
not about the Pearl Harbor. It's the aftermath of Pearl Harbor, right?
No,
Yeah, not is it
no.
not? Oh,
Oppenheimer is the father of the atomic bomb.
yeah. I mean, like, Pearl Harbor, the second half is basically them bombing, taking revenge, right?
I mean, I guess you're not wrong, but yeah, for those who don't know, the whole movie is
Yeah.
basically about. It's basically not auto. I mean, a biography of Oppenheimer, the one who invented the atomic bomb,
Mm-mm.
and so yeah, so like it was very much a documentary film.
Mm-mm.
And then like that's why I thought like the movie was really good, because like you know with movies, when you watch it, you only continue to watch it if there's like tension, like there's something for you to want to keep watching on.
Mm-mm.
And it's like it's quite amazing that, because like we all knew that like cause like like kind of like the movie would like hugely be about how they try to build the atomic bomb.
Mm-mm.
And we all knew that like we all know that like the atomic bomb was a success, because
Mm-mm.
that's literally what happened in World War II.
Yeah.
But like they still managed to kind of give you kind of like the anticipation of kind of the result from like their research.
Mm-mm.
And so I mean that's just one part, and then like there's also like a lot of metaphor and kind of like symbolism that they use in the movie, which I think have done really well. Like
Mm-mm.
kind of the callback to like certain scenes, stuff like that. So just
Mm-mm.
like overall, I just think it was a really good movie. And then I've watched it with my friends, and like
Mm-mm.
we all agreed that we had to watch it again at some
Mm-mm.
point later on.
Uh,
Yeah, you should too. You should
yeah.
too.
I will try to make time if I can find a cinema that plays it in English. That is my first challenge actually. I mean, like,
I mean,
I
there should be one playing in English, because
yeah
like, it's originally in English. So
yeah. It's just like with European countries, usually they are not really. I mean, like, they mostly want everything that went inside to be dubbed. So like you kind of have to look. So it's usually like maybe like one screening per day at least, at best.
Sorry.
So like at best probably in one cinema that actually has the English dub played, maybe there will be like less screenings than the German screening, for example.
Right. Wait,
I
isn't
think-
it the normal stuff though?
Yeah,
Because
I think
like
it's
because at least in Hong Kong, like for example, when they play Shin Kamen Rider, for example, I actually went to watch the Japanese dub. Yeah, instead of like Cantonese dub. So like, basically what I'm saying is that like, like theaters or cinemas should be including the one with the original language as well.
Yeah, I think it's the same
Yeah.
case. Yeah, I mean, like it's only in Indonesia where we don't we don't really dub anything, except when it comes to the TV, and then usually each TV station will then since there is no official dub, then they will have to do their own dubs, and then it is just kind of sometimes just interesting to just see like what does this particular TV station has in store for the dubbing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then
I think like when it comes to watching movies or like anything at all, really, I think it's really the best to watch them in their original language, because like even like no matter if you're watching, dub version or if they with like English subtitles, obviously there will be some messages lost in like the translation. But if you at least watch them in the original language, you can hear kind of like the difference in like tone, in like kind of like what kind of emotion were they trying to kind of portray in that scene, like kind of with the tone they use, it was sometimes can be unique in their original language. And like it's something that not necessarily that you have to understand, like you don't have to understand the language to really know like why they're trying to use that tone. I mean, like it's pretty much a universal thing. Like for example, if you're angry, you get louder, and then like stuff like that. So like and like these things can actually be lost if it's changed to like the dub of another language, especially if the voice actors aren't even that good. So
True.
so just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I think it stands through pretty much through all East Asian language, right? Like I mean, like even with Cantonese, I think like from outsider perspective, if I go to like Malaysia or Singapore, yeah, the general tone of Cantonese is pretty harsh, right? So it's kind of in something that I think it's pretty much unique, like how to tell like if this person is actually being angry or they are just being playful. Like it's something that is subtle, but you can only kind of like tell when you are there and you actually feel the emotion. Like, okay, so this auntie is throwing her plates to the wall, and then she is being like as harsh as she is when she receives the money and saying thank you. So like, so this is her actually being angry. Yeah, it's actually like I heard like good things about the Barbie movie as well. So it's like pretty interesting, right? Like these two movies that are pretty much thematically apart from each other, being released on the same day, and then both of them like in their own rights, they receive like big praises. Like I think like the Barbie movie, from the review that I listened to, like the good part is actually the first part is actually it represents like the Barbie franchise properly, and the world building is also like it feels like being in the Barbie you are looking like a Barbie commercial that you might not like it, but it's just there, it's nostalgic.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like it's like the same as like saying like, how how some people like Marvel movies. Like for example, like they would like like those who watch Marvels would think like the Avengers, would be very special because like it's literally about their favorite heroes just like gathering together in like one movie, but like obviously those who don't watch Marvel in the first place would understand the hype and everything like that. I think it's the same with Barbie. Except probably maybe with Barbie it's like more widespread in terms of popularity, even like it might be more than Marvel actually. Just because like even like down to as far as my generation or even the generation below mine, people like we will have played with Barbie at least once. I mean, at least, I mean, for most people, at least from the middle class anyway. Don't judge me, please. So like, there will be some kinds of relations, kind of between ourselves and Barbies, like especially since like even if we don't play them, like the kind of like like the brand Barbie is just like so integrated into our lives. Like for example, like when you try to like find a doll or something like that, like sometimes you won't even just call it a doll. It literally got egg. Like is that a Barbie? Like can you get me a Barbie? Like my daughter wants a Barbie. Stuff like that. And like it's and then like like even like in Toy Story, it's like you have Barbies and like it's just like it's like Barbie just like one of the representations of toys. So like I can understand like if like the movie can actually represent kind of the brand really well, like hence receiving like kind of good reviews and everything like that. Like how to say this, like I'm not interested in Barbie not because I think it's stupid or anything like that. Like it's made to be a comedy. I mean it's quite obvious on that.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be silly and everything like that. Like I just as I said before, I just don't like comedy.
Yeah. Oh well, that's fair.
Yeah, and actually like another very funny thing, like I think you should have heard the term of Barbenheimer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think another meme is also like this is like the second time like something that is truly truly horrifying and truly innocent being put in the same day. Like the previous one was because I think Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing was released pretty much really close to each other.
Yeah, no, like Barbie and Oppenheimer were released literally on the same day. Yeah, and I was curious long like why this is funny and everything like that. So I actually wanted to look it up. Like they even have a Wikipedia page already. And then yeah. So like apparently the whole thing was because so first of all, even from like between different kind of like film studios, you don't release two movies on the same day because like you basically don't want your spotlight to be shared with the others. Like yeah, so like it's very rare to have two movies, like let alone two different film studios to be like putting their creations on the same day. So that's one thing. Obviously the second thing was because as you said, the contrast between like the light-hearted comedy and then like the very serious documentary that makes you contemplate about your existence in this universe. And then and then but like there's actually like I mean this is just speculation from people anyway, but like actually there might be a deeper story behind, and it's because Oppenheimer's director, I believe, I can't remember his name on the spot, and he used to work for Christopher Nolan. Yes,
Christopher Nolan,
so Christopher Nolan used to distribute his films through Warner Brothers Pictures.
Okay.
And then, but like recently, Warner Brothers have changed their policy and stuff like that, and Nolan disagreed with them. So when he tried to distribute Oppenheimer, he went to Universal instead. And then so like kind of Warner Brothers maybe like out of spite decided that like they should release a movie on the same day, and that was Barbie. Yeah. So, that's just like some speculations, but like that's kind of like the story behind it, and probably like people found it funny as well.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, Oppenheimer, very good movie, very good soundtracks,
Of course.
very good visuals as well. Like literally, like after watching the movie, and then I just look at like the poster again, like I can even feel the intensity from that. And then the best part is that like friend A has been so busy recently that like literally during the movie, I could see him just like sleeping, wake up, sleep, wake up, sleep, wake up, like the whole way through. Like he still managed to watch the important parts, but like he did say like he kind of missed out some of the minor parts because like he was just like drowsing off.
Oh no. Let's see. Oh
yeah, apparently friend B heard him snoring as well.
no, I thought I found the Oppenheimer with English. Oh yeah, I found it. Ah, thank goodness.
Yeah, they still have one. Yeah.
I thought because the Google result, right? It did not highlight the German term for the original. So there's a German abbreviation for like original with subtitle. So it's OMU. So that's the one that you want to look for if you want to know easily like whether it is played in the original audio or not. But the one that has the OMU is not it's not Oppenheimer. It's Sword Art Online, the movie Progressive Stairs of the Deep Night.
You still have Progressive over there?
Yes.
Wow, I had to watch that. But probably not over in Germany.
Yeah. It's there's only one screening, and it's for next week Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Okay.
But yeah, this one is in Dusseldorf, so might be worth checking it out.
Sorry, which one?
No, I see. No, I mean like the cinema that I am currently checking the schedules for is in Dusseldorf. So
okay.
yeah, so it's accessible for me. Maybe I can watch it on Sunday. The Oppenheimer, not SAO. SAO is well, but we have.
I await your reveals. Like once you're done, then I can actually talk about the whole storyline.
Yeah, I mean, like if everything goes well, we will go to the Pro Tour next week, right? So in 2 weeks, hopefully when we get again in 2 weeks, we will be talking about two things. One is your experience in the Pro Tour. Second is my review of Oppenheimer and SAO.
Yes. Actually, I haven't watched Yeah, I need to watch
well, Progressive is, I think people the Progressive is like the better SAO. Like people, it's like how people basically tell SAO Progressive in one line is basically a better SAO. Because I think
I did hear a lot about that. Yeah. Because like I mean I would call myself an SAO fan. Like I do enjoy kind of the story and everything, but I do have my comments on it.
Yeah.
And the first one was that like there was just so many. I think I've said this before, haven't I, on the podcast as well? There were just like so many unnecessary things with season 1, basically
Yeah.
volume 1 of the
Mm-mm.
novel.
Mm-mm.
So like it's good that like the author decided to go back
Mm-mm.
and just kind of fill in the gaps.
Mm-mm.
Like that would certainly solidify the story, because I think like most of the stuff was just unnecessary because he didn't have the chance or space to further develop his ideas. So
Yeah.
like now that he's allowing himself to do that, like
Mm-mm.
he's also like putting more context to
Mm-mm.
the so-called unnecessary or excessive information of the
Mm-mm.
story. So yeah, it's a good thing he does that. I mean, I haven't read or watched Progressive yet, so I can't comment how well he did that. But I actually do look forward to it. Just haven't found the time for it yet.
We will see. I mean, like,
Yeah.
on the visuals alone, like, even ordinal scale is... Yeah, I mean, like, ordinal scale is something that people don't really want to talk about, but it's like, I
Yeah,
think
it was
it's
literally
fine.
just fan service.
Yeah.
No, it's not fine at all. It's not fine at all. Okay. The songs were fine, but like that's about it, really.
I guess, yeah. I mean, the visual is good. I mean, like, especially, I mean, like, I saw that after your name, so it's like, yeah, it is a downgrade, but maybe like a 50% downgrade, so from the
It's
really
like,
good stuff, so yeah, it's not that
I mean,
bad.
it's A1 pictures. Like if you watch Alicization, like you know, like the animation can't go that bad. Like even up to today, like I still love watching all the kind of the opening songs and everything like that, because like the animation there is just very beautiful. I especially like I especially like Adamas, like in terms of animation, and also Courage, specifically the one with during the Mother's Rosaria arc. Yeah, I just really love the animation there. So like it can't go that bad. So like I have no comments on it. Like it's like something that it's a quality that I've expected already. And they delivered that part. So at least for that point, I'm glad. But like the story, I mean, to be fair, I mostly took like Sword Art Online with a grain of salt. Like obviously, like Alicization, I think is the best arc so far with Sword Art Online, and like it also really shows like how far kind of like the author has developed in terms of like his skills in creating stories. But like other than that, like the rest are just like, okay, Kirito went to fighting again. Oh, he gained another girl. Good. Okay, let's move. Like yeah, like at the end, the fight scenes are good as always. The rest, not so much.
Yeah, true. Oh well, yeah, and we have talked a little bit way too far from that, but I found something that both made me happy and upset me at the same time.
What?
Just now, like because we were talking about the Pro Tour, right? So I was like checking, like, do we actually finally have the date for the second Pro Tour, right? Which will happen in October, by the way.
That's soon.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh my god, I actually didn't know that. What? Okay.
Yes.
And then did they not update anything?
The location is TBA. That is like the thing that upsets me the most.
Oh no, God.
Yeah, and we don't even know the tournament organizer yet, so that's also like it could have given us a hint. Like if they appointed to Yokmok, like they did with the one in Karlsruhe and in Den Haag, that would have been really nice. That means the Grand Open will most likely take place in the Europe. Like if you are in Europe and you are listening to this and you are playing Battle Spirit Saga, please bring like at least 2 or 3 friends with you to the Grand Open in Den Haag next month. We will be there as well, but that's not the point. Let's try to fill up the space. So that let's convince them that the Pro Tour is better held in in an EU country.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Uh,
like, I mean, like the
definitely,
last.
definitely not in the UK because
Yeah.
I think like people actually struggle to go into the UK more than going to Central Europe.
I know, right?
So there's that.
Yeah, I
And
mean, like, even with the previous Grand Open in the UK, I think the turnout was. Well, I
it
mean, like,
was 65 people,
yeah,
something like that. It's 60 something.
mm-mm.
So yeah,
Which is still
Uh,
impressive, by the way. But it's still.
it's not. It's really not.
Yeah.
It's really not. After having like 128 people in Germany, like
Uh-huh.
we would expect roughly the same amount.
Mm-mm.
But like maybe 70 or 80, but like 60
Mm-mm.
something, like it's very bad. But like
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense because it's the last European Grand Open, and even if the people get the invite, they
Mm-mm.
probably won't have enough time or money
Mm-mm.
to plan to go there. So
Yeah.
like, I can see why a lot of people would have just given that one up.
Mm-mm.
Especially when the next Pro Tour is in Europe, so like that would also be much easier to plan
Yeah.
for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me fix my tone then. It's impressive, isn't it? The last Grand Open turnout. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, isn't it? I need
Impressive, ain't
to,
it?
yeah, in it.
Yeah.
I
And then
need to train my British accent. It's definitely not stellar.
and then for those of you who are listening right now,
Mm-mm.
if you want to see us, you know
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah, go to the Brood Fabric in Rijswijk, Netherlands on Saturday, August 19th and August 20th for the Netherlands Grand Open for Battle Spirit Saga. We'll
Yep.
be there.
Yeah, we will be there.
Yeah.
We got. Oh my god! Actually, we still haven't booked our hotels yet. For
Yeah.
fuck's sake!
We're
Fuck.
at this rate, we are going to need to see like what is the Dutch government's policy on camping.
bro. Okay. Let's just do that in these few days, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah, actually, yeah. That was what I wanted to talk with you earlier. Now that you mentioned it, I remember like what we need to do as
Yeah,
fully
but
functioning adults.
I've also been pretty occupied with a lot of
Mm-mm.
things.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
I just got back from my vacation, by the way. It's a staycation, so it's mostly just sleeping in my room. But who knows that not doing anything for 1 week can actually make you feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
Within reason, by the way.
Unfortunately, that's the Asian spirit.
Within reason, by the way. Don't do anything continuously. Just like if you want to turn off yourself, turn off yourself. But within reason
Oh
and let
yeah.
people know.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I guess although like to call it a holiday, it's more like I don't have to do my main job, so I'll just do any activity that I wanted to do. So sometimes I did that casually BSS, our first ever BSS battle video. For next month when Ayumu comes, there will be more.
Woo!
I hope.
I just broke my microphone.
Yeah. So basically we will I mean like I think we will be much more relaxed. Maybe we can do one for the time gaming and one for Ayumu's BS seminar. So if you
Yeah, for sure.
if you are listening this from the time gaming, do subscribe to Ayumu's BS seminar. If you are listening this from outside YouTube, do subscribe to Po channel on YouTube. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've been too lazy. Like I've been scripting for one video, and then I'm like 1/3 away to it, and it's like, is this actually going to be useful?
Yeah,
And then like, and then yeah, and then I just stopped there. Like it's like, oh, I think the best way is still make gameplay videos, but I'm stuck. I can't do anything like that. So I don't know. Should I make something else? But it'll be too late. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know. I'm just gonna go back to writing this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go back to writing for now.
Yeah, I think in the end, sometimes we just have to knock down that feeling. Because I think like in the end, it will depend on people who watch it, right? Whether it is actually useful or not. So yeah, it's like we can assume all we want, yet it's not going to be useful. Nobody's going to listen to this, and then turns out there is that one person that always believe in us, and they are missing that. No, just kidding. I mean, like it's always nice to have a fan, but in the other way around, like if you don't think it's worth it, also don't push yourself too hard either.
I guess so, yes.
Yeah.
Now go finish your videos.
Yes. Yes. Yes, mom.
Casually take out the whip. Oh my god, talking about whip. I just remember. I just unlocked my core memory. You will be thinking, what kind of core memory is it when you mention whip to unlock it?
Well, I mean, we are both novelists. It's a given.
That's fair, actually. No. Well, I just remember how like when I was in 4th grade, and then like we have group projects and everything like that, and then like we went to our leader's house, and then like we were just messing around with his siblings and everything like that, and then he literally took out. Well, it's not. Oh my god, no! It was actually something along the line of a whip. Like he went into the room, and then he took something out, and then literally slapped onto the wall, and it's like, oh shit! And it's like, can we get to work? And it was like, yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. We were just in 4th grade, for God's sake.
He kind of also reminded me on how I made my first game. Like, yeah.
What was the first game about?
The first game that's actually done,
Just
by the way.
something. just whipping someone.
Yeah, this one is not. That's not a work in progress. This is actually the only game that I am a part of that is actually done, because I think partway, like the fun part is the partway our good programmer who is actually now very active. But back then when he was still starting, he was feeling like the pressure and everything, and then he disappeared for like almost half a year, and then we don't know like how do we progress with this, because we don't have anyone else who can program for us. And then after that, I think in the end I got my share of the sales, which is around €6. No offense to my friends, although yeah, they did their best. It's we were just starting, so it's not like we received that much anyway. The only thing that I am angry about is that one guy who commented on Newgrounds about the story being blunt, like fuck you. Yes. Can finally have a platform to say that. But yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you all.
Yeah, I was like, now that I have given up my dreams to become a story writer. I wanted to blame you for shutting that flame inside of me. No, just kidding.
This plugin is not supported. I ain't gonna try that then.
No, just kidding. I kind of stopped being a story writer last up because of that comment, and more because we don't really have a project for that. Like, I mean, like, understandably at that time we were still really small, so it's like our group, even it's not even a company yet. It's like just like a group of people to making games together, I mean, like some of
I
my friends, they are doing this for a living, so it's not like they can afford making bigger projects, so they kind of have to stick to smaller projects that can be done faster. And these projects, if you wanted to put emphasis on the story, it's probably not going to do as well. So it's like, yeah, let's focus on the gameplay. And yeah, so that's why I don't have much room to work there. So after that, I haven't really found a new workplace. So yeah, kind of just try to focus on developing other skills, which is programming. And in the end, I just completely drifted away from game development at all. Yeah.
I mean, recently you discovered like a program for making visual novels, right? Maybe you can try something with that.
Yeah, I mean, like, true. I mean, like that I've discovered that like long time ago, but it's like I was just fascinated. That turns out it is still around, and basically one of the more well-known games that are made with that is actually Doki Doki Literature Club. So it's like they actually made this.
That was a masterpiece.
Yeah. No, right? So it's like, huh? They actually made that using that. So it's like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, like I actually was going to turn a blind eye on Doki Doki. But then like one of my very weeby classmates was just like telling me, "Oh my god, no, you gotta play Doki Doki Literature Club. It's like it's good. It's not what you expected. Like I can't spoil to you, but like it's just good. Play it."
Yeah.
And it's like I was like, fine, I'll do that. And then like after that, I was like, oh my god, he's right.
I know, right? It's kind of hard to say like how Doki Doki is good, but it's kind of like, yeah, if you have never played it, it is not really replayable, but yeah, you have to play. You have to play it once. It's an experience.
Yeah, it was an experience, and I'm glad I did play that one. And then like at one point I was quite obsessed with kind of fan creations and everything like that. I mean, you know, to be fair, they only made one game. It really wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So
well, what can we do? Let's make them ourselves. Oh my goodness. I kind of wanted to. Yeah, I mean, like I even almost gave you like one game that I made on RPG Maker, and it's less of I actually wanted to make a good game. It's just like I wanted to make a small project and actually finish it, kind of thing.
what kind of small project are you?
I mean, like it's just a traditional JRPG, right? So it's like, okay, so you do one campaign, it's finished. Then you do the next campaign, and then you finish, and then you do the next campaign, and then you finish. Like it's it's pretty hard to say this. I don't really focus on the story. I don't even really focus on the story. I don't focus on the balancing of the battle. I just want it to be done to be playable. Basically, that's a small that I am aiming for. But even then, I kind of wanted to give it to you the other day, and then when I tried to test it, like, okay, let's test it. I haven't touched it in a while, and then I got to the boss, and then it's missing the it's missing the file for the boss somehow, so it just crashed. Perfect. Ooh. That was my masterpiece.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
If I were to make a JRPG, I would actually make a horror game. Like I think like the horror genre is just very fascinating in terms of like how they're kind of expressed in terms of RPG games. Because like you would think kind of like a static game like these kinds wouldn't like give you too much surprise. Oh, you're very wrong. You'll be very wrong. Like kind of like the suspense and like the atmosphere they try to create within the game. It's it's like enough to warrant it as a horror game. Like I think I'm not sure how the others think, but like I suppose with horror games, like you don't necessarily have to have jump scares, you know, things that like make you scream and stuff like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I think at the end it just has to be something that you fear for your character. Like it's something that you know you'll be scared of if you're in that position. I think that's enough to kind of classify it as like a horror game.
Yeah.
Well, maybe mix into some supernatural stuff, because like, if not, it'll probably just be called a thriller actually. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean like at least to me, since I also don't really fancy jump scares. And also because Indonesia
I love jump scares. Like I just love horror games in general.
I know, right? I think it's also because Indonesia, for whatever reason, like one of our biggest like our one of the most popular genre for movies is actually horror. And of course, like most of them relies on jump scares, but I think like the better ones, like Para Pengabdi Setan, they more rely more on like the psychological side of things. It's the feeling of the powerlessness, right?
Those are really the best ones. Yes, I would say.
I think the part, because I think it also captures like why some Indonesian supernatural stuff sounds scary. It's not scary like in the sense of like, oh, it's a dark place and it's a dark place and it's really scary kind of thing. It's more like you hear the stories and you feel like you can't do anything about it. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those are the best ones. No, and also the kinds like. Because like the reason why, like I think it's a very obvious thing, but like the reason why horror movies usually happen in houses is because that's the place that you relate yourself into the most, because you know you have a house to stay in. So like it's one of those things where like you'll be watching, and like especially since like you know like the supernatural stuff aren't something that's been proven to be true or false yet. So like even if you're like a total science believer, you would be skeptical about some things. Like it doesn't have to be directly about ghosts, but like you know there are something that may be true, but like it's not proven yet, and that's enough to scare you. If they manage to kind of exaggerate it kind of in a good way, and like that's basically what horror movies are trying to do. Which is why I actually think the best way to scare people isn't actually with jump scares, or like you know basically you like you don't try to scare people with visuals. That would only work in real life, like if you literally jump in front of me, you know, stuff like that. Like in movies, like I don't think it works equally the same way. But like the best way to do to make you fear is with sounds. And I suppose arguably it's also related to visuals, but like it's not about what you see, it's about what you can't see. Because like that's the same fear that you have in real life. Like if you can't see something, it's actually not that scary because you know it's there. So like you kind of like at least mentally you're prepared to do something about it. But like it's actually exactly because you can't see them. That's what makes you, you know, think like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. Because I don't even know what they are, you know, like stuff like that. So that's why like, I think with horror movies, like kind of the best tactic they could have done, as with sounds, and then like literally like you know creeping corners, like those are the best ones because you know like it's like with creeping corners, like it's like this relates to timing as well actually. You like you know like when a character try to like turn a corner, just just like peek down the hallway to see what there is, and then like like especially if you have been watching a lot of horror movies, you would know that nothing's gonna happen at that moment, but it will at some point because like they're trying to catch you off guard so that you don't know like when they will appear. Like I think like that's one of the best scenes from horror movies. I'm scared of them, but that's exactly why they're great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and I think I think it's the same with games as well. Like there will be parts where like kind of where like a player expecting something to happen, and then as a game developer, what you shouldn't do is to make something to happen.
No, right? Like we played Retout, and it's basically what they did.
Yeah. And so that's why like in terms of RPG, like it's actually surprisingly easy for them to make horror games because they don't have to make something happen. They don't have to make anything to happen. And like like it sounds stupid, but like that's basically mean that wasn't something required for them to do. So I mean I don't really know what I'm saying. Like it's more like it's very hard to put in words, but I hope you get what I mean.
Certainly.
Certainly. Yes, I understand.
I'm just popping my head. Yes, certainly. I
understand. Let's put it this way. Like people think the RPG games are required to do something to make it a horror game, but like actually on the contrary, like it's like they don't have to do anything that makes it a good horror game. Because if they try to do something, that will be too much and spoil the fun. Let's put it this way. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like tonight. I'm gonna write a thesis on this.
Oh my god! I was already overwhelmed, and he's going to slap me with the thesis. And speaking of unexpected, right? Like we do have like the 2 premium collection set scheduled for September, right?
Yeah, there's 2 for
October.
September. No, there's 2 for September and then 3 for October.
I think the September one is a pre-sale, right? Or is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not a pre-sale. So in September, I think it's also events specifically. They will release one album for Bashin Toppa and and his respective SD, which is SD66, and then also another album for Zero and SD67, and then in October there will be 2 PCs for the Eye Cutter series as well as one more for Tiger and Bunny. So there will be 5 in total, 2 in September and 3 in October.
Yeah. So there will be a pre-sale, but it's on 23rd of September.
Yeah, there will.
Wait.
No. It's not. It's not
a
pre-sale. It's not a pre-sale. That's what I'm saying. Like the one with Toppa and Zero are supposed to be sold on the 23rd of September. It's not a pre-sale.
No, scheduled to be sold at other events and at Premium Bundle. Oh, okay, so it's an event only.
Yeah.
Okay. That's better.
Yeah,
that's better.
Again, I'm glad I've decided that I'm not playing with main set cards again.
Oh, well. But yeah, I guess with the Aikatsu, it was like I was kind of like hoping like finally there will be something for the Kamen Rider players, but I guess I forgot ourselves. The Aikatsu players, we do need the support. Thank you very much.
The thing with Kamen Rider is that like it's like the franchise is too big for them to actually do something with just a PC. Like it's the same with Gundam. There's just too much for them. So it's like this kind of size is the best with like literally Eye Catcher, Tiger and Bunny, and Evangelion. These three are the best for them. Because they already ran out of stuff to make a whole set about them, basically. I mean, I would argue with Eye Catcher they can still make a lot of sets, but they refuse to. But that's beside the point. But with Kamen Riders and Gundam, like, it's not gonna do much when they just give you 8 new cards. Especially when, like, with something like Kamen Rider, you have like 20 decks or something like that. So I suspect, like, for them, like, unfortunately for Kamen Riders fans, they will probably have to wait until at least next year for a full Kamen Rider set. Probably also with Geats as the main theme.
Because you kind of also have to wait until God chart actually start, and they can sell the God chart extra that.
Exactly, like, especially with like their 15 year anniversary year, they don't want the collab sets to steal the spotlight. So so it's obvious they're trying to move everything back. And obviously with the 15-year anniversary, there's already enough to be selling already. Like, let's be honest, you're not gonna have enough money. I'm not gonna have enough money. So
not if I can find a real job.
So
but that's the first step that I need to go through.
So in terms of collabs, that's why they're only trying to make something small or like something that's actually significant, aka Godzilla. I mean, even with Godzilla, it's like half a reprint set anyway, or something like that. Maybe not half, but like, you get what I mean. So it's not like they're actually making a lot either. Kamen Riders, honestly, I mean, the only one that I would actually be looking forward to is Shin Kamen Rider. Which will probably come
Shin Kamen Rider as well.
Which would probably come in as a PC. The movie, honestly, is not exactly that impressive. I actually prefer the Ultraman over the Kamen Rider one. Like, I'm gonna put Evangelion out of the formula because it has 4 movies, so like it's just very unfair to compare with them. So between Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, and Shin Kamen Riders, I would put Godzilla at top, Ultraman in the middle, and the Kamen Rider last. It's not bad. Like, just compared to the other two, I don't think it's good enough.
True, fair enough.
Like, I don't know, cause like, okay, so like, I did watch quite a few Ultraman as a child, because I did watch Tiga and Cosmos, but even so, like, I didn't watch the first generation Ultraman. But even so, if I understood the plot, because it's literally just a retelling of like the story of the first Ultraman. I understood the plot of Godzilla because it was literally just politics. But with Kamen Rider, if I didn't have any context at all, I actually might not be able to understand it. That's why I think it's not the best one. Like I mean, obviously, like, Godzilla aside, Ultraman and Kamen Rider, they were obviously purely for nostalgia reasons. But like, when you're releasing a movie in this era, you would expect viewers who probably never got into the franchise before. So like, on that part, Ultraman has done well because it was like a pretty simple plot. Just like one alien drop onto Earth, and then there are more aliens drop onto the Earth, and this first alien has to fight them off. That was literally the plot. And then, but like with Kamen Riders, like, I only understood it because I also watched another movie about Ichigo. It was an older movie, very old actually. and that's why I understood like it was like, oh, so like this guy he's actually a mutant from all kinds of experiments, and then like he's trying to fight off all these other mutants, and like these other mutants have this kind of powers, and like they're trying to do this because like they want to feel superior and stuff like that, and then like he got this kind of power because of this reason, and then like he could do that because of that reason, like and like like stuff like that, and like they try to explain it all in one movie, but like it wasn't done well. I could barely understood it. My mom didn't understand it because like we went to watch as a whole family, and then after we're done, and my mom was like, "So, why were they fighting off the peoples anyway? Are they actually the bad guys? Like, what's the reason for that? Like that's what she asked. Stuff like that." And she was like to me, it just like looks like a movie where like you got an insect guy just kicking off other people's asses. And then because obviously we cannot forget the most iconic song, like the jump, like the kick.
No context. Zero context, Kamen Rider.
Zero context, yes. Literally, yeah. But yeah, like if I'm ever gonna like any Kamen Rider, it would just be Ichigo. Like the rest, I just simply can't get my interest on it. Like I tried watching. I started Guy. I started Drive. I've also started Saber and what was good Revise. I didn't finish any of them. It just felt too childish for me. Like childish as in, it was obviously for children, and but like the way they did it is that like how to say like. Aikatsu, for example, like I might be biased here, but like, Aikatsu, for example, yes, that was also for children as well, but like kind of like at least I could feel kind of the, let's say, the enthusiasm of like some of the creators from their songs. And like I, obviously I did enjoy the songs. That's why I finished all of them, and like. There were like at least for the protagonist, they did try to portray them well as a character, like their personalities and everything like that. But with Kamen Rider, I mean, I was only 5 or 6 episodes in, but like all of them from the start, we was literally trying to make them some kind of goofy characters. And then like how to say, like a lot of them were like, I mean, I suppose it's also because like it's like a different genre of shows. Like Aikatsu, like it's obviously about people chasing their dreams. So obviously from the get-go, a lot of stuff they do are voluntary. Like it's something they actually want to do, but like it's not the same with like hero stories. Like to be fair, like except for My Heroes Academia, which is literally about everyone aiming to be heroes. Like most hero stories, like the protagonist didn't start off wanting to be a hero, and so like a lot of times they need a legitimate reason to fight off whoever they have to fight off, and then like I just don't think they give a valid enough reason for a lot of these Kamen Rider shows. Like it's more like they try to shake it off very casually. Like, oh no, now you're bound to this belt and you're the chosen one now. So you have to fight these people off, and now they're looking for you. And like I just didn't feel it was a good enough reason for them to start doing this kind of stuff. Like, I mean, like, don't flame me, but feel free to correct me if you think I'm wrong. Like, I'm open to comments.
You are wrong.
Like, I'm not saying like, okay, I'm not saying they're bad or anything like that. I'm just saying it's not to my taste.
But yeah, I guess I can understand. But also mostly because I think yeah, it's probably also biased speaking, right? Because even though I did watch lots of shoujo stuff when I was younger, although I watched Ultraman when I was younger, because Camera is kind of like the show that I grew up with, so I can kind of put up with it. But if I show it to other people, they were like, "Yeah, what is this?" Like, the way, like one of my good friend Gino, he kind of described the Camera is actually like it's like it's like a live action of an anime where the actors were directed to kind of like act naturally but act like anime characters. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
feels a little bit off.
Yeah, like that's actually what I didn't like about the
Mm-mm.
latest season of Aikatsu Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like they're trying to do the same as well. Like they were trying to get like adults and pretend to be middle schoolers or high school, and
Oh,
just try to
yeah.
be cute and everything like that. I just couldn't stand that.
Uh,
Uh,
oh, that's probably also why I actually actually the only I mean like it's not to the point that I like it, but it's like yeah I don't mind Planet, but like every like I have another friend who is also like really into Aikatsu, and she was like what the are you being serious with me right now? Like she is like really like we are just talking over messenger, but it's like from her typing it feels like her anger is just real sitting through her words. Oh my god. But yeah.
oh yeah, I think it's about time.
Yeah, I think it's about time.
We
So
actually
yeah.
we actually managed to make today's episode like a film review and everything like that.
Mm, exactly. I think we kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the Pro Tour, about the PC, but we ended up speaking more about like our 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 how to say like subpar taste in movies and stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But if you guys wanted us to talk a little bit more in depth about something in specifically, or you just have any questions about TCG or life in general, you guys can always send us a question at our email at the refreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, I guess that has been everything from us for this week. We hope that you guys had a nice week going forward. And we'll see you guys all in the next turn. Bye bye.
Bye bye.